Chosen one, tell me something. Have you ever felt like no matter how hard you try, something invisible keeps standing in your way? You pray, you plan, you push, and just when your blessing feels close enough to touch, something slips, something breaks, or everything just goes silent. It feels like you're running toward destiny, but something keeps pulling you back into delay, confusion, or doubt. That, my dear chosen one, is no coincidence. That's a spiritual interference. That's the unseen demon blocking your blessing. You didn't stumble across this message by accident. This message found you. It came to you right now, at this exact moment in your journey, because the spiritual realm has decided it's time for you to wake up and see what's really been happening behind the curtain. It's time for you to identify the force that's been quietly working against your elevation. It's time for you to reclaim your flow, your focus, and your divine authority. Listen closely, because this message is not for everyone. It's for those who have been chosen by the divine to carry light into dark places. You're not ordinary, and that's why your battles have never been ordinary. You've been wondering why your path feels heavier than others, why the people around you seem to get by easily while you face storm after storm. That's because your soul carries a purpose that threatens the kingdom of darkness. You were marked long ago as a carrier of greatness, and every blessing assigned to your life carries a vibration that demons can sense. And that's why they've been trying to block you. This is not to scare you. It's to awaken you. Because once you recognize what's standing in your way, it loses its power over you. Ignorance is the weapon that the enemy uses best, but revelation breaks every chain. And this message, this very one you're hearing right now, is that revelation. Let's be clear. The demon blocking your blessing may not look like a horned creature or a shadow in your room. It could be that sudden wave of fear that hits right when you're about to make a move. It could be the voice of self-doubt whispering, "You're not ready." It could be the fatigue that appears every time you start something that could change your life. These are not random emotions, these are targeted attacks against your destiny. The moment you get close to transformation, resistance increases. But resistance is proof of potential. You're too close to give up now. So listen carefully, because what I'm about to reveal will shift something deep inside of you. You're not under attack because you're weak. You're under attack because you carry power. Demons don't waste energy on the ordinary. They go after the extraordinary. And if you've been feeling pressed, delayed, or tested, that means the light in you has been recognized by the enemy. But the same way they've seen your light, they're about to witness your rise. Before we go deeper, take a moment to acknowledge this moment. You were meant to hear these words. You were divinely guided to this very space and this very time. The spiritual realm has been waiting for you to wake up, to remember who you are. You are not forgotten. You are not cursed. You are chosen. And this is the season where you take back everything that was stolen from you. I want you to pause and breathe for a second. Feel that pull in your spirit. That's not coincidence. That's confirmation. The message you are hearing is unlocking something within you. Comment 777 right now if you feel that divine confirmation. It's the number of spiritual awakening, divine completion, and heavenly alignment. When you type it, you're not just commenting, you're declaring agreement with your own breakthrough. Now listen, before we continue, I want you to do one thing for me. Subscribe to this channel, Rise of the Chosen, and tap the bell icon, because I'm going to guide you through truths that the enemy doesn't want you to hear. Every message here is a weapon, a light, and a reminder that you are not alone in this fight. And when you share this video, You're not just sharing content, you're spreading deliverance. Someone out there needs this word just as much as you do. Chosen one, this message is crucial. The spiritual world has been stirring for your attention because it's time for revelation. You are stepping into a season where truth will become your greatest shield. You've been praying for answers, and this is the divine reply. The blockages in your life are not random, they're strategic. But now you will become even more strategic. You're about to identify, expose, and remove every force standing between you and your blessing. Your breakthrough is closer than you think. Your destiny has been waiting for you to open your eyes. This message has reached you at the perfect time, because it's your time. Stay with me till the end, because before this message is over, something in your spirit will shift forever. You're about to see what the enemy has been hiding. You're about to walk into your season of revelation, faith, adversity, and deliverance. Now let's go deeper, chosen one. Let's uncover the hidden war behind your delay. The hidden war behind your delay. Chosen one, before you can claim your blessing, you must first understand the battlefield you're standing on. You see, your delay isn't just bad timing, bad luck, or bad choices. It's a war, a silent, invisible war that takes place beyond the surface of what your eyes can see. Every time you've been right at the edge of a breakthrough and something unexpected stopped you, it wasn't random. It was resistance from the unseen. There is a spiritual law that governs this universe. Nothing divine comes without confrontation. Every chosen one, before stepping into destiny, must face the demon assigned to test their endurance. This demon doesn't come roaring or flashing lights. It comes in silence, slipping into your thoughts, your emotions, your circumstances. It weaves distractions, confusion, fear, and delay into your path until you start questioning if your blessing was ever meant for you. But let me tell you something. Chosen one, the fact that you feel blocked is the very evidence that there is something worth blocking. When you carry divine potential, darkness will always try to intercept it. You were chosen before you even knew your name, and since then, forces have studied you, analyzed your weaknesses, your fears, your habits. They know what to whisper when you're tired. They know how to disguise obstacles as timing. And they know that if they can make you doubt yourself long enough, you'll delay your own breakthrough without them having to lift a finger. This is why the war is not always external. It's internal. It happens in your mind, in your emotions, in your daily choices. The demon blocking your blessing often doesn't come from outside of you. It works through the cracks of your spirit, through unhealed pain and hidden wounds. It's not always the world fighting you. It's the parts of yourself that the world has wounded that become open doors for interference. Let's make this clear. Your blessing isn't gone. It's waiting. It's in divine storage, waiting for you to become aligned enough to claim it. The blockage exists because something wants to keep you unaligned, distracted, and drained. Every chosen one experiences this. Even the greatest spiritual warriors face delay before deliverance. Look at Joseph. Betrayed, imprisoned, forgotten, but not for punishment, for preparation. His delay was the disguise of divine timing, but the demon will whisper, "See, it's over." God forgot you. That's how it wins, through deception. And deception is its sharpest weapon, because if it can make you see delay as denial, you'll stop pushing, you'll stop praying, you'll stop believing, and that's what the enemy wants, to silence your faith before your miracle matures. But the wise know that delay is not denial. It's a test of endurance. Every delay in a chosen one's life carries spiritual weight. It's not rejection, it's redirection. Now, some of you are fighting battles that didn't even start with you. You're facing generational demons, patterns that traveled through bloodlines, habits, curses, beliefs passed down like hidden chains. The same financial struggle your parents faced, the same fear your grandparents carried, the same cycles of loss or delay. These demons are territorial. They mark families, not individuals. They identify potential early and move to suppress it. But the moment you become aware of this war, you change the game. Awareness is power. Revelation is warfare. The enemy works in darkness because truth burns him. That's why I'm speaking to you with authority now, to bring what's hidden into the light. The demon blocking your blessing wants you frustrated, overwhelmed, and silent. But the moment you recognize what's happening, it loses its disguise. You begin to see the patterns for what they are, the sudden confusion that appears right when you're about to progress. That's not coincidence. The fear that shows up right before a leap of faith, that's not random. These are coordinated spiritual tactics. Think of it like this. You are a spiritual signal tower. Your energy, your faith, your prayer, your purpose, they broadcast light into the atmosphere. The darker the world becomes, the brighter your signal. And because of that, the enemy sends interference, disruptions, static, distractions to weaken your connection to the divine. That interference often shows up as emotional instability, sudden doubt, or conflict in your environment. The goal is to pull your focus away from what truly matters. But here's what most people never realize. The moment you start experiencing intense spiritual resistance is often the moment your breakthrough is closest. Before every divine elevation, there's a final spiritual test. The demon guarding that next level will throw everything it has to stop you: financial pressure, emotional fatigue, betrayal, loss, temptation. It will make you question your calling. It will try to convince you that it's not worth the fight. But chosen ones don't quit. They discern, they adapt, they endure. You must begin to see your adversity differently. Stop saying, "Why is this happening to me?" and start saying, "What is this trying to block in me?" Because every time you face warfare, it's a clue that there's something powerful waiting on the other side. Your pain is not random. Your obstacles are not accidents. You are being tested for what you've been trusted with. Let me tell you something deep, chosen one. Every blessing in your life has a spiritual frequency. The higher the blessing, the higher the warfare. The more light you carry, the more the shadows notice you. This is why some people around you live without resistance. They're not carrying what you carry. They're not called to what you're called to. So stop comparing your struggle to others. Your path is sacred, and your opposition is proof of your purpose. This war is about energy, alignment, and awareness. The demon blocking your blessing doesn't fear your strength, it fears your clarity, because once you see clearly, you no longer fall for distractions. Once you recognize the pattern, you stop repeating it. And that's when you become dangerous to the enemy. You stop reacting and start responding. You stop chasing and start commanding. But understand this, you can't win a spiritual war with carnal weapons. This fight requires light, faith, and wisdom. It requires stillness in the storm and discernment in chaos. It requires you to trust that even when everything looks delayed, the divine plan is still in motion. The demon may block doors, but it cannot cancel what's written for you. It can only delay what you allow it to delay. So from this moment on, watch your patterns, watch your emotions, watch your energy when you get close to success. That's when the war intensifies. Don't mistake spiritual pressure for failure. It's confirmation of movement. If the enemy is fighting you, it's because something inside you is rising. You are leveling up, and demons always gather at the gate of transition. Chosen one, your blessing is on the other side of this war. The delay is the battlefield, not the verdict. Once you understand that the enemy is not some distant monster but the manipulator of your environment and emotions, you'll begin to see how much power you truly have. You'll stop reacting to life and start ruling it. You'll start praying with purpose instead of panic. You'll walk with authority instead of fear. You're in a spiritual chess match, and the enemy has been studying your moves. But today, you're about to flip the board. You're about to see every tactic, every lie, every trap for what it is. The hidden war is being exposed. The delays are being decoded. The fog is lifting, and revelation is stepping in. This war has lasted long enough. The next words you speak over your life will carry fire. The next decision you make will shift atmospheres. You've been delayed, but not denied. Every moment of waiting has been training. Every battle has been building. The demon may have blocked your blessing for a season, but your season is changing. You've identified the war. Now, it's time to identify the enemy. Let's go deeper, chosen one. Let's reveal the signs that a demon has been blocking your blessing. Signs that a demon is blocking your blessing. Chosen one. If you've ever wondered why your life feels like an endless cycle of almost but never quite, this is where the truth starts to unravel. When a demon is assigned to block your blessing, it doesn't always show up in obvious ways. It doesn't appear in front of you announcing itself. It moves in patterns, in whispers, in repetition. It hides behind familiar emotions, familiar people, and familiar failures. The moment you learn to recognize the patterns, you begin to reclaim your authority. Awareness is your first weapon of warfare. Let's talk about the signs, those subtle yet powerful indications that something spiritual is working against your progress. The first sign is disruption of peace. You know that heavy, restless feeling that comes for no reason. You wake up uneasy, anxious, or irritated, even though nothing in your environment should be causing it. That's a vibration shift. The demon blocking your blessing thrives in chaos because chaos clouds clarity. If the enemy can disturb your peace, it can disturb your focus. When you can't think clearly, you can't move strategically. When you lose peace, you lose access to divine guidance. Another sign is the cycle that never ends. You find yourself going in circles, same struggle, different year. It's like a spiritual rerun. The faces change, the settings change, but the story remains the same. You meet similar people who betray you in similar ways. You face financial issues that look different but feel familiar. You get opportunities that crumble at the last moment. That repetition is a spiritual pattern designed to keep you stuck in delay. The demon of repetition makes you believe you're making progress while secretly keeping you trapped in the same emotional prison. If you can recognize the pattern, you can break it. Then there's the sign of exhaustion for no reason. Chosen one, have you noticed how every time you start moving towards something powerful, new goals, prayer, a project that aligns with your purpose, you suddenly feel drained? You feel like you can't keep going, as if your energy has been stolen overnight. That's not laziness. That's an energy attack. The demon blocking your blessing works by draining your life force, making you too tired to fight, too tired to pray, too tired to believe. It's spiritual fatigue disguised as physical tiredness. The more you try to rise, the heavier you feel. But that's exactly when you must push. Your breakthrough lives right beyond that resistance. Another powerful sign is isolation. Suddenly, people start disappearing from your life. Friends, mentors, helpers. Misunderstandings appear out of nowhere. Relationships crumble without clear reason. The enemy knows that blessings often come through divine connections, so it seeks to isolate the chosen. It whispers lies, sows discord, and causes emotional distance. But don't despair when this happens. Sometimes isolation is not punishment but protection. The divine separates you to strengthen you. However, if your isolation feels heavy, hopeless, and suffocating, then it's being manipulated by dark energy to make you feel abandoned. That's when you must stand firm and remember, you are never truly alone. There's also the sign of distraction. Notice how, right when you're about to make a breakthrough, something small yet consuming shows up. Suddenly, your focus shifts. It could be drama, temptation, gossip, or unexpected chaos in your surroundings. You find yourself emotionally caught up in battles that don't even matter. The demon of distraction knows that the easiest way to stop your blessing is to make you waste time fighting the wrong wars. If the enemy can't destroy you, it will distract you. When you feel sudden confusion or urgency that pulls you off course, pause. Ask yourself, is this really my battle? Most of the time, it's not. One of the most deceptive signs is the attack in your dreams. Dreams are gateways of revelation. When a demon is blocking your blessing, your dreams often reveal the battle. You might dream of being chased, falling, stuck in one place, or losing valuables. Sometimes you wake up tired, as though you fought all night. That's spiritual warfare in your sleep. You're fighting in the unseen realm, and your spirit knows it even if your mind doesn't. When those dreams become frequent, take authority. Pray before you sleep. Speak protection over yourself, and declare that no weapon formed against your purpose shall prosper. There's another sign few talk about, the sudden increase in self-doubt. The demon of delay loves to whisper lies about your worth. It tells you that you're not enough, not ready, not capable. It brings comparison and insecurity at the exact moment when you should be moving with confidence. It plants fear and calls it realism. It plants hesitation and calls it wisdom. Chosen one, discern the difference. When your spirit wants to move but your mind suddenly freezes, know that something is trying to hold you back. Remember, fear and faith cannot coexist. The moment fear takes the throne, faith becomes silent. Then comes the financial drain. Have you ever noticed how every time you save, invest, or plan something important, unexpected expenses show up? Money slips through your fingers with no trace. That's not random, it's spiritual interference. The demon blocking your blessing knows that if it can keep your finances unstable, it can keep your mind distracted. But prosperity is a mindset before it becomes a reality. When you start thinking like someone who already possesses abundance, you align yourself with divine flow, and energy begins to shift. You may also notice doors opening easily for others, but not for you. You might ask, why does it seem like my progress takes 10 times the effort? That's not a sign that you're cursed. It's a sign that your blessing is too valuable to come cheap. The heavier your calling, the tighter your testing. The demon tries to convince you that delay means denial, but the truth is, your blessing is being refined in the fire. Remember, diamonds are not found shining. They're mined under pressure. Your struggle is not a punishment. It's the price of power. Here's another subtle sign, the spirit of confusion. When a demon is blocking your blessing, you'll find yourself second-guessing decisions you were once certain about. You'll plan, then suddenly question everything. You'll start projects and stop midway, feeling lost. Confusion creates delay. Confusion steals momentum. It's the fog that hides direction. The moment confusion comes, stop chasing answers in panic. Instead, sit in stillness and let the divine speak. The enemy shouts, but God whispers. Listen for the whisper. And finally, notice the weight of constant setbacks. It's when progress always costs you peace. You take one step forward and get pushed 2 steps back. You get good news, then immediately bad news follows. These patterns are not random. They are coordinated efforts to break your spirit before your blessing manifests. The demon of sabotage knows it can't destroy what's destined for you, so it tries to exhaust you until you walk away from it yourself. That's why perseverance is your greatest weapon. Every time you refuse to quit, you win. Chosen one, if any of this sounds familiar, if you've been sensing that your peace, your progress, or your power has been under pressure, then you are indeed facing a spiritual blockage. But don't be afraid. This realization is your awakening. You cannot fight what you cannot name, and now you're beginning to name it. You're beginning to see how darkness hides in patterns, not shadows. If this message is speaking to your spirit, comment 444 below. That number symbolizes protection, divine presence, and angelic alignment. When you declare it, you affirm that you're ready to reclaim your path, your strength, and your blessing. The first step to freedom is recognition. You've seen the signs. You've felt the resistance. Now it's time to look the enemy in the eye, because after awareness comes revelation. The next truth you're about to hear will not just expose the demon, it will strip it of its disguise entirely. You're about to discover who or what has been standing between you and your blessing all along. Let's go deeper, chosen one. Let's uncover the true identity of the demon blocking your blessing. The true identity of the demon blocking your blessing. Chosen one, now that your eyes are open to the patterns, it's time to confront the truth that hides beneath them. The demon blocking your blessing is not always the dark figure people imagine. It's something far more subtle, more personal, and more deceptive. This demon does not always come from outside forces. Most of the time it works through you, through your emotions, through your wounds, through your fears. The enemy knows it cannot take away what the divine has given you, so it tries to convince you to give it away yourself. It doesn't destroy your destiny. It manipulates you into abandoning it. The truth is, the demon blocking your blessing often wears a familiar face. It can disguise itself as fear, as procrastination, as doubt, as anger, or as comfort. It studies you. It knows how to use your past against you. It knows what triggers you, what weakens your spirit, what tempts you to give up. That's why the battle always feels so personal, because it is. This demon doesn't attack where you're strong, it attacks where you're vulnerable. For some, it's the spirit of fear, that quiet voice that says, "What if you fail?" Or, "What if they laugh at you?" Fear is one of the enemy's oldest disguises. It keeps you from taking divine risks. It makes you play small in a world that needs your light. It convinces you that safety is wisdom, when in truth, safety is spiritual stagnation. The demon of fear doesn't need to destroy your dreams, it just needs to make you afraid to pursue them. For others, the blockage comes through doubt. Doubt is more dangerous than failure. Failure at least means you tried. Doubt keeps you paralyzed. It tells you that your vision is too big, your timing is wrong, or that God has forgotten you. But here's the truth, chosen one. God never forgets his chosen. He delays only to prepare. Doubt makes you misinterpret divine timing as divine silence. That's how the demon works. It manipulates your perception until you can't tell delay from denial. Another form this demon takes is distraction. It doesn't always come through chaos. Sometimes it comes through comfort. The enemy will give you temporary satisfaction to stop you from seeking eternal fulfillment. It will keep you busy with things that don't matter, so you never reach the things that do. You'll find yourself scrolling, talking, overthinking, always in motion, but never moving forward. The demon of distraction is a master of false progress. It makes you feel productive while stealing your purpose. Then there's the spirit of discouragement. It attacks after disappointment. When things don't work the way you hoped, it whispers, "See? It's pointless." It feeds off your fatigue and turns setbacks into self-blame. It wants you to lose faith in yourself, in people, and eventually in the divine. But the chosen ones who rise again after defeat carry a power that hell cannot touch. Every time you rise after falling, the demon loses territory. You see, chosen one, the demon blocking your blessing often does not enter your life. It enters your thoughts. It speaks through memories of failure, through trauma, through words that others once used to break your spirit. It doesn't need new lies. It uses old ones. It replays the same old fears, the same old shame, the same old doubts, hoping you'll start believing them again. That's why healing is spiritual warfare. Every wound you refuse to heal becomes a doorway for delay. Sometimes this blockage takes the form of self-sabotage. You pray for blessings, yet deep down you feel unworthy of them. That's not humility, it's spiritual deception. The demon knows if you feel unworthy, you'll reject what's meant for you. So when opportunities arrive, you'll unconsciously push them away, convinced you're not ready. But you are ready. You've been ready. The only thing standing in the way is the illusion that you're not. Understand this truth. Demons do not fear your prayer. They fear your awareness. They fear when you realize that your destiny is a choice, not just a prophecy. The moment you decide that you will no longer serve your fears, you become a threat. When you expose the demon, it loses its disguise. When you call it by name, it loses authority. Chosen one, let's go deeper into this revelation. The enemy cannot create. It can only corrupt. So it takes what is pure in you and twists it. It takes your desire for love and turns it into obsession. It takes your passion and turns it into impatience. It takes your ambition and turns it into pride. It takes your kindness and turns it into people-pleasing. This is why discernment is essential. Not every emotion is your own. Some are whispers sent to test your awareness. Think of every great chosen one before you. Moses faced the demon of doubt. David faced the demon of temptation. Joseph faced betrayal. Job faced despair. Even Christ faced deception in the wilderness. Before destiny is revealed, adversity always arrives. The demon blocking your blessing is the test before your transformation. It's the proof that something divine is approaching. If you were not chosen, the enemy would have no reason to bother you. This battle is not about power, it's about identity. The demon wants you to forget who you are. It wants you to live beneath your calling, speak against your own destiny, and surrender authority you were born to carry. That's why you must keep reminding yourself, I am chosen. I am divine. I am called. Your identity is your armor. Every time you affirm who you are, you reinforce your spiritual boundary. The real war is not between good and evil, it's between awareness and ignorance. The demon blocking your blessing doesn't fear your shouting or your rituals, it fears your revelation. The moment you see clearly, you can no longer be manipulated. The moment you recognize its disguise, it loses ground. That's why revelation is more powerful than reaction. You can't cast out what you still believe is natural. Now hear this. Some of you are not fighting external demons, you're fighting the echoes of past agreements. At some point in your life, maybe through pain or fear, you accepted a lie. You accepted that you'd never succeed, never be loved, never rise again. That acceptance became a spiritual contract, and the demon has been feeding on it ever since. But revelation breaks contracts. The moment you say, "I no longer agree with that lie," heaven hears it, and the energy shifts. Chosen one, the true identity of the demon blocking your blessing is not just fear or doubt, it's deception. It's the lie that you are powerless, the illusion that your destiny is delayed forever, the belief that what's coming will never arrive. That's the root of every blockage. But now that you see it, it can no longer hide. You have been chosen not to live beneath your blessing, but to command it. And the moment you recognize the deception, you begin to take your authority back. You're no longer the victim of delay, you're the master of divine timing. The same energy that once blocked you can now be redirected to build you. The same enemy that tried to silence you will become the proof of your power. This is the moment of awakening. You now know the face of your enemy. You've unmasked the deception. The next step is to understand why this adversity has been allowed to appear in your life and how it connects to your ultimate destiny. Because every demon that rises against a chosen one is also a messenger. It's not just here to stop you, it's here to reveal you. Now let's go deeper, chosen one. Let's talk about destiny and adversity. The test before the revelation. Destiny and adversity. The test before the revelation chosen. 1. Understand this truth. Before destiny is revealed, adversity always arrives. Every great soul, every anointed being, every carrier of light must walk through darkness before stepping into glory. Adversity is not punishment. It's preparation. It's the refining fire that proves your authenticity. The demon blocking your blessing isn't just there to stop you. It's there to test if you're truly ready to hold what you've been praying for. Think about it. If blessings came easily, everyone would carry them. But not everyone can handle divine weight. The higher the calling, the heavier the crown. So, before the divine allows you to step into destiny, you must be purified of fear, pride, and weakness. That's why adversity exists, to remove what can't go with you to the next level. You can't carry old wounds into new seasons. You can't walk into purpose with the mindset of pain. Every delay you've faced wasn't destruction. It was divine surgery. The Spirit was cutting away everything that couldn't survive at the altitude you're going to. Look back at your life for a moment. Notice how your hardest seasons produced your deepest wisdom. Notice how pain introduced you to prayer, how rejection taught you resilience, how loss opened your spiritual eyes. The demon thought it was destroying you, but it was actually developing you. Every storm has been training for your throne. Every betrayal has been building your discernment. Every delay has been sharpening your patience. You see, destiny and adversity are two sides of the same coin. You can't have one without the other. The greater your destiny, the greater your adversity. That's why you can't compare your path to anyone else's. What they call chaos might be your classroom. What they call misfortune might be your molding. The chosen ones are not built in comfort. They are built in conflict. The heat that burns others refines you. The struggle that breaks others strengthens you. Understand this. Adversity does not mean you're cursed. It means you're being calibrated. Every chosen one faces a wilderness before the promised land. The wilderness strips you of dependence on people, approval, and worldly strength. It isolates you, humbles you, and reveals what's inside. In the wilderness, you meet your real self, And sometimes you meet your real enemy. That's when the demon of discouragement whispers, "Give up, nothing is changing." But you must reply, "I'm not losing, I'm learning. I'm not delayed, I'm being developed." Even the strongest warriors of light were tested before their revelation. Moses was exiled before his mission. Joseph was imprisoned before his promotion. David was hunted before his anointing. Job was broken before his double portion. Each of them met adversity face to face, but none of them fell permanently. Because every chosen one learns that pain is not your enemy. It's your passage. Chosen one, your adversity is not blocking your blessing. It's qualifying you for it. Every hardship has been shaping your character, aligning your perspective, and strengthening your faith. Without those struggles, you wouldn't have the spiritual muscle to sustain what's coming. Blessings require strength. Prosperity without preparation destroys. Favor without foundation collapses. The divine delays certain blessings because immature hands can't carry eternal weight. When you face adversity, don't just ask, "Why is this happening to me?" Ask, "What is this teaching me?" Because every test is a teacher, every trial carries a message. Sometimes the lesson is faith, sometimes it's patience, sometimes it's letting go. But there is always a lesson, and when you learn it, you graduate into revelation. The problem is, many stop midway. They curse the process and abort the purpose. They misinterpret divine discipline as demonic attack. But you, chosen one, are learning to see deeper. You now know that the divine allows pressure not to punish but to purify. And yet, the demon of adversity will try to twist that truth. It wants you to see hardship as evidence that you're forgotten. It wants you to believe that delay means denial. But here's the truth. Delay is disguise. The blessing is not gone. It's hidden until you're ready to protect it. The divine doesn't waste blessings on the unprepared. That's why your path feels so heavy. It's a sacred responsibility being molded into you. You've probably noticed that when you grow spiritually, certain people and situations start falling away. That's not loss. That's alignment. The divine is rearranging your environment to match your elevation. Some connections were never meant to go with you into your next level. Their presence was attached to your past pain, not your future promise. So don't grieve over who left. Your destiny is too large to fit in spaces too small for your purpose. Adversity also serves another purpose. It reveals your true alliances. When you face storms, the ones who stand beside you are not random. They are divine. The ones who walk away are not enemies. They are exits. Every revelation about who's real and who's false is part of your refinement. You're learning not just how to rise, but who should rise with you. Here's the thing. Every time you pass a spiritual test, the demon assigned to that level loses its authority over you. Every season has its gatekeeper. When you conquer fear, you unlock faith. When you overcome doubt, you step into revelation. When you defeat discouragement, you enter divine flow. That's how chosen ones ascend, one test at a time, one demon at a time. The reason adversity feels so personal is because it's designed for your specific weaknesses. The enemy doesn't test you in random areas. It tests you where your purpose is strongest. If your calling involves leadership, the test will come through rejection. If your purpose involves faith, the test will come through fear. If your destiny involves abundance, the test will come through loss. The demon studies your anointing and crafts challenges to match it. But what it doesn't realize is that every attack strengthens the muscle it tries to break. Chosen one, you have to stop seeing adversity as a curse and start seeing it as confirmation. The fact that the enemy is fighting you so hard is proof that there's something worth fighting for. Hell doesn't wage war on the empty. It wages war on the anointed. You are not under attack because you're weak. You're under attack because you're essential. The enemy sees the light in you that you sometimes forget you carry. So the next time you face resistance, don't crumble. Smile. That's the sound of your destiny shaking the atmosphere. That's your blessing struggling to break through the barriers. Every time you keep going despite the weight, you're sending shockwaves through the spirit world. You're declaring, "I will not quit until I walk in what's mine." Remember this: gold doesn't fear fire, it requires it. Without the furnace, it remains hidden ore. Without adversity, your greatness stays unformed potential. The heat reveals the treasure. So don't fear the fire, chosen one. The same flame that tried to consume you will be the light that crowns you. You've been through storms, but the storm was never stronger than the strength within you. You've faced demons, but their presence only confirms your divine position. You've walked through adversity, but that was the initiation into revelation. You are not breaking down, you are breaking through. Now that you understand why the storm came, it's time to talk about how to navigate through it with divine sight. Because to win this war, you must learn how to see the invisible enemy clearly. You must master the art of discernment, the power of faith, and the revelation of stillness. Let's go deeper, chosen one. Let's talk about faith and revelation. How to see the invisible enemy. Faith and revelation. How to see the invisible enemy. Chosen one. When the battle is invisible, your greatest weapon is vision, the kind that doesn't come from your eyes but from your spirit. You can't defeat what you can't discern, and discernment comes through faith and revelation. Faith is not blind belief, it's divine perception. It's seeing beyond what's happening and understanding why it's happening. Revelation is when heaven opens your understanding and shows you what's been hiding in plain sight. Many people live in reaction to their problems, but the chosen live in revelation. They see patterns others call coincidences. They sense shifts in energy before chaos appears. That's because faith sharpens your inner sight. When you walk in faith, you no longer see obstacles as endings. You see them as clues. Every disruption, every delay, every disappointment becomes a message. The divine speaks through signs, but you can only hear when your spirit is still. The demon blocking your blessing thrives in noise and confusion. It wants you to rush, panic, and act without thinking. That's why one of the greatest spiritual weapons is stillness. In stillness, you regain inner power. You begin to see what's truly happening. The voice of the divine is gentle, and it's only in silence that you hear it clearly. Faith is trusting the unseen even when everything visible screams otherwise. It's knowing that the unseen realm is more real than what you see. Revelation begins when faith opens your inner eyes. When you choose to trust, your spirit rises above fear. When you stop asking, "Why me?" and start asking, "What is this teaching me?" Revelation flows. That's when you start recognizing divine patterns and understanding that not all delays are demonic. Some are divine recalibrations. Chosen one. Once you learn to see with revelation, the invisible enemy loses power. You no longer chase what's not for you, and you no longer fear what you can't control. You start walking with authority, guided by insight, not emotion. The unseen realm bows to those who can see beyond illusion. That's how faith transforms you into a warrior of light. Now that you can see clearly, it's time to act with power. Let's move into the next stage, chosen one, deliverance, breaking the chains and restoring your flow. Deliverance. breaking the chains and restoring your flow. Chosen one, revelation means nothing without action. Once you've identified the demon and seen its tactics, it's time to break its hold completely. Deliverance isn't just a single prayer, it's a shift in authority. It's when you stop asking for freedom and start commanding it. You have the divine right to reclaim every blessing that was delayed, stolen, or buried beneath fear and confusion. Deliverance begins with recognition. You cannot defeat what you keep denying. Speak truth over yourself. I see what has been fighting me, and I refuse to let it rule me. The moment you call a spirit by name, fear, envy, sloth, doubt, resentment, it loses its disguise. Demons feed on silence and shame, but light exposes and expels them. Speak your freedom out loud. Declare your deliverance daily until your atmosphere begins to change. Next comes renunciation. This is where you break agreement with the energy that kept you bound. Say it aloud. I reject every spirit that delays, distracts, or drains my destiny. Words have creative power. The moment you declare truth, heaven moves. Deliverance is not begging, it's commanding. You are not a victim pleading for mercy. You are a vessel reclaiming dominion. Finally, restoration begins. Once the chains fall, the flow returns. You'll feel lighter, clearer, more focused. Blessings that once stalled will start moving again. But maintain your freedom, protect your peace, guard your mind, and nurture your connection with the divine. The same light that delivered you must now guide you. You've faced the darkness, chosen one. Now rise in light. Your flow has been restored and your blessing is within reach. But to keep it, you must understand what comes next. After deliverance. Maintaining your blessing flow. After deliverance, maintaining your blessing flow. Chosen. 1. Deliverance is powerful, but maintaining it is divine discipline. Freedom isn't just received, it's preserved. Once you've broken the chains, the same spirit that left will try to return, testing if your gates are still guarded. This is where consistency becomes your weapon. You must now protect your peace as fiercely as you once fought for it. After deliverance, your life will feel lighter, but don't mistake peace for passivity. Keep your spirit active in prayer, gratitude, and awareness. Guard what enters your mind, music, conversations, thoughts. The demon that once blocked you can only reattach through old habits. When you stop feeding the past loses its power. Every day you stay aligned, your flow grows stronger. Surround yourself with light. The company you keep determines the energy you maintain. Stay close to those who speak life, who push you toward purpose, not distraction. Remember, deliverance isn't about perfection, it's about progression. Even if you stumble, rise quickly. The divine doesn't expect flawlessness, only awareness. And never forget gratitude. Gratitude keeps your spirit open to divine flow. Thank the divine not just for freedom, but for the lessons learned in the fire. Gratitude transforms deliverance into elevation. You've crossed from bondage to balance, from chaos to clarity. Now, stand firm, chosen one. Protect your flow, honor your peace, and walk with authority. The final step awaits. Your blessing is waiting on the other side. Your blessing is waiting on the other side. Chosen one, this is your moment of awakening. You've seen the patterns, fought the battle, and broken the chains. What once delayed you has now been dismantled. The path is clear, and your blessing has been waiting patiently on the other side of your obedience. The delay wasn't punishment. It was divine timing, preparing you for everything you prayed for. Now, every lesson, every tear, every hardship has built the foundation for your new season. You're not stepping into the same life. You're stepping into a higher frequency of existence. The blessing isn't just what you'll receive, it's who you've become through the process. You've transformed from seeker to warrior, from wanderer to leader, from broken to awakened. Chosen one, hear this. Your blessing is not lost, it's aligned. It has been orbiting around your faith, waiting for you to rise in understanding. Now that your spirit is clear, it will find you effortlessly. Walk with confidence, speak with authority, and live with awareness. The demons that once mocked you will soon witness your elevation. If this message has ignited your spirit, comment 999 below. It's the number of completion, the end of delay, and the beginning of divine manifestation. Like this video, subscribe to Rise of the Chosen, and share this message so others can awaken too. Rise, Chosen One. Step into your blessing. The wait is over. Your destiny has been unlocked. The final revelation. The rise of the chosen. Chosen one, take a deep breath. Feel the stillness around you. This is not just another message you've listened to. This is a spiritual awakening that has reshaped your energy, your perception, and your path. Everything you've endured has led to this very moment. The confusion, the setbacks, the loneliness, it all served a higher design. The divine was not ignoring you. It was igniting you. The very fire that tried to consume you has now become the light that crowns you. You have survived what was meant to break you because you were never ordinary. You are divine royalty disguised as a human being, and it's time you start walking like it. You've learned that your pain had purpose. Every betrayal was a bridge. Every delay was divine direction. Every storm was a teacher that revealed who you truly are. The demon blocking your blessing was never more powerful than your destiny. It was simply the last gatekeeper standing between your old self and your higher self. Now that you've passed the test, nothing can stand in your way. Your energy is shifting, your frequency is rising, your manifestation power is returning. What once resisted you will now respond to you. When you speak, doors will open. When you move, blessings will follow, because alignment attracts acceleration. But remember this, your rise is not just for you. The chosen are not blessed for comfort, they're blessed for calling. You were refined not only to receive, but to lead. There are people waiting for your light, waiting for your voice, waiting for your story to unlock theirs. The same way this message found you at the perfect time, someone else is waiting for you to become the messenger. That is how the divine cycle continues. Light awakens light. So don't keep this revelation to yourself. Share it, speak it, live it. Let others see what deliverance looks like when a chosen one walks in divine authority. And as you rise, never forget the foundation that brought you here. Faith, revelation, and resilience. Stay humble, stay aware, and stay connected. The same spiritual awareness that set you free will keep you elevated. Do not return to the patterns that once drained you. Protect your peace like treasure. Guard your thoughts like gates. Speak life over your path every day. The enemy's greatest fear is your consistency, because consistency keeps your light burning even when no one is watching. Chosen one, the heavens have recorded your transformation. The energy around you is shifting, and everything that was once blocked will now begin to flow. Opportunities will appear out of nowhere, connections will align effortlessly, and peace will fill spaces that once held chaos. Walk boldly into this new season. The wait is over, the war is won, the blessing is yours. Now, if your spirit feels this confirmation, type 1111 in the comments. It's the number of awakening, the sign that portals are opening and destiny is unfolding. Subscribe to Rise of the Chosen and share this message with every soul who feels lost, tired, or forgotten. Let them know the truth. The battle was never meant to destroy them. It was meant to reveal them. Rise, chosen one. You have seen the darkness, now carry the light. You have faced the demon, now command your destiny. The divine has called your name, and the universe is answering. Walk in your blessing, live in your purpose, and remember, your rise has just begun.